Here are 3 new albums you should know. First up, I got Piotr Kurek with Songs and Bodies. I'm pretty speechless. This is one of the best pieces of music I've heard all year. I love this album so much. It's such an incredibly moving and deeply felt set of songs. The basic premise of the album is that Kurek wanted to adopt the sounds of 90s post-rock bands like Gaster del Sol and La Bradford and filter them through the digital landscape of the present. To me, it almost sounds like an analog take on the post-dubstep stuff from Mount Kimby and James Blake around 2010, especially with how he manipulates and distorts the human voice into lost and lonely fragments all throughout the record. The album blends these tortoise-like, laid-back, jazzy grooves with discordant elements. The guitar figures and melodies are lush and syrupy, but he injects a bit of queasiness to keep the songs colorful and disjointed, with layers that continually reveal more of themselves upon each listen. The song Try to Be True is an absolute standout that really reminds me of Air's song How Does It Make You Feel off 10,000 Hertz Legend. Mysterious 70s groove with airy ghost choirs and clipped and cut up robotic vocals. It's one of my favorite Air songs, and this is definitely a spiritual successor. This is a strange yet completely accessible album. I could gush about it forever. Haven't heard anything like this in a long time. Absolutely one of my favorites of the year. Next up, I got Sven Wonder with Daybreak. I put this on and it immediately reminded me of Cherif Megerbane's Hawala, one of my favorite albums from this year. And sure enough, I found that Sven contributed to that album. Which makes sense, they both trade in these diaphanous, romantic orchestral pieces that sound like long-lost scores for 70s Italian films. Specifically, when I was listening to this, I was thinking about the 1974 film Swept Away and that opening sequence when they're all hanging out on the boat. The music here has that same sort of conviviality and breeziness to it. 1,000-watt orchestrations, hip-hop drum breaks, sun-drenched melodies. I'm an easy mark for this school of contemporary jazz that sounds like bad, bad, not good in their lighter moments, so of course I love this. Big Wreck, it's the perfect album to throw on if you're making dinner for your partner and you want to set the mood. And last, I got Rochelle Jordan with Through the Wall. Fierce and addictive collection of R&B club pop with production from Kaytranada, Damn Funk, Machine Drum, Kingdom, and more. Rochelle has that kind of poised sultriness that reminds me a bit of Kalela, but her approach is a bit brighter and more pop-oriented. Lots of highlights here. La Di Da evokes the club rap of Azealia Banks circa 2012. Crave with Terry Hunter is an uplifting slice of string-laden house, and Get It Off straight up sounds like a peak-era Neptune song from 2002. Rochelle has such a gift with earworms and deploys them all throughout this album, which is really what kept me coming back. If you like that Kaytranada album from earlier this year and are looking for an extension of that vibe, I would definitely give this a shot. Alright, those are some albums that I'm loving this week. Let me know what you got in the comments.